Hello, my name is Marissa Thornton. I'm a program analyst for the Group Quarters Field Division branch. My team and I developed the procedures that you will use to count people receiving food services or people who may be experiencing homelessness during the service-based enumeration operation. It is our goal to count everyone. As Census field supervisors and enumerators, this information will help you prepare to count this population of people. We are fortunate to have a variety of experts from various organizations that will share best practices for engaging with people who receive services from mobile food vans, soup kitchens, emergency and transitional shelters, or may be experiencing homelessness. They will provide you with some guidelines and safety tips in order to help you adequately prepare and conduct enumeration at service-based locations. Here's a bit of background information on the experts you'll be hearing from.
It's a wide array of backgrounds that homeless individuals come from. You have those who are mentally challenged, you have those who work every day, you have those who have physical and disabilities. So it's a wide array.
People who are have a lower income inequality. There are people who come from wealthy backgrounds and their families chose not to accept them because they identify as LGBTQ. Folks who are Native American, indigenous. There are people who are living with HIV. So there's a lot of different culture that has to be taken into consideration whenever engaging with people experiencing homelessness.
People experiencing homelessness could be you, it could be me, it could be anybody. And to understand that they are there in that situation and we are here to do our job in order to get an accurate census and to count everybody.
There is a very diverse array of cultures present in the population, and what may actually be the case is that there are more microcultures specific to each small group of people experiencing homelessness. For instance, in one small encampment or one small shelter, people may share a smaller culture, but I would really struggle to say that there's one large culture that defines all people experiencing homelessness.
The experience of homelessness is just that. It's an experience and not an identity. And oftentimes people experiencing homelessness have a routine that they need to follow each day in order to get their basic needs met. So as a census enumerator, it is good to keep in mind that you will be interrupting that routine and to be really transparent about that. Remember that it's an interaction with a person just like anywhere else, and dignity and respect is always a good rule of thumb to follow.
Calling the police right away will cause a lot more damage because people lose that trust. And we want to make sure that we're helping and providing the services that are needed and that will be more beneficial in the long run.
If you feel threatened, if you feel that your safety is in jeopardy, I would say leave that area.
Whenever I have different people that may ask me, is it truly confidential and how safe is it really? I like to recite certain parts of the confidentiality, and that usually provides them a good enough answer to where they feel comfortable with answering the question.
youth experiencing homelessness have oftentimes been mistreated, and because of that, they have a mistrust of the system in general. I would really suggest that the enumerators look and identify similarly to the folks that they're trying to work with. Work on building a rapport prior to trying to collect that data and information. And that rapport can be built because they're in the same communities as those folks. It's going to take some relationship building and some rapport building that's going to require more than one interface or engagement with that person.
Make it abundantly clear that you're not trying to pass judgment on them, and to take into consideration the amount of strength and resiliency that was required for this family to stay together despite losing their home. Make it plain to them that you do not work with CPS. I think even just saying that, we do not work with CPS, your information will not be reported to CPS, and assuring them you won't report their information to anyone else.
Be very direct and very brief in the information that you want from them. Let them know up front exactly what you want. Ask them that question, get that information, and just move on. But don't try to engage them in just offbeat conversations, because you just don't know what might come. You don't know what their situation is.
They should absolutely be dressed like the people they're working with. It should be very, very civilian, common clothes, t-shirt, jeans.
They should not wear jewelry, gold rings, gold necklaces. If they have a cell phone with them, I would say put it on vibrate and conceal it. But don't let everyone know that you have a cell phone with you. Those are things of value, and they can be stolen, they can be misplaced. So those types of things you don't want to take with you.
Some of the suggestions that I would always recommend is to make sure that you have somebody there with you, that your supervisor knows where you are going, that you check in and let them know what the status is as you are conducting your work, and that you ensure that the facilitator who is there, who suggested the time frame for you to do that interviewing period for that site, be available so that you could contact them in case you should see anything unusual or suspect anything could be happening.
They should always present themselves with a smile and with eye contact. People are going to respond better if you show them that the homeless part of it doesn't have anything to do with who they're talking to, and that just realize and remember that they are just another person that you're talking to trying to get answers about the census.
I would say that the preference is theirs, and whenever possible, you want to offer them that option of preference to the extent that you can. So if you're in a space where you can't possibly exit with someone and it would be impossible to talk one-on-one, you may be forced to talk in a group. But I would say that you just want to offer and give people the choice.
Let's say you get a person who may approach you and say, well, I'll be happy to do it, but I want food or water or money. What we have to do is follow the guidelines that the Census Bureau is going to provide you on how to handle those situations. But the first thing to do is to let them know that you're here simply to ask the questions. And then you could guide them to the facilitator that's with that service for additional information or to get what they need. But you could let them know that we work with the Census Bureau and we're here to simply conduct the interview. And if they need additional services, they could contact the facilitator.
We hope this video was of help to you. As you go out to conduct the service-based enumeration count, be sure to remember these important tips. Be prepared before you arrive at a service-based location. Show respect to the people you are enumerating and thank them for their time. Always be aware of your surroundings. Your safety and the safety of your team is most important. As Census Bureau employees, our objective is to count everyone. In order to do this, we must be knowledgeable of all the populations of people who call our country home. On behalf of the Group Quarters Field Team, thank you for your attention during this video, and thank you for your dedication. You are a vital part of the Census Bureau, and we couldn't do what we do without you.